Hi-ho everyone, my name's Mr. Fruit and welcome back to Sea of Thieves. I know what you're thinking, really? Sea of Thieves? Well, we're gonna use it as our vessel. See what I did there? To just kind of talk a little bit and play the game a bit. I do enjoy the game. They're making slow updates and progress to it. I think I mentioned it before. Sea of Thieves is a really cool tech demo. That's about it. Also, is there someone else here? It sounds like there's someone else here. But I don't see them. That's my ship, yarg. But I thought somebody was playing the honky tonky or whatever the heck it's called. Alright, the music's throwing me off. I don't really know what's happening right now. I need some supplies though before we set sail, yarg. It's been a while since I played the game. I wanted to talk about a few things today, but for the most part, wanted to pose this question, and this is kind of what I want to talk about a little bit. If you could make any video game, what would it be, and why? So you can be like, oh, I'd make a shooter. Okay, well, there's 7 billion shooters. So what exactly does that mean? What kind of shooter? What would make it different than everything else we've seen? Or perhaps you would model it after a game you really like, but, you know, throw in your little things that would make it perfect. So for me, I'm torn. Honestly, if I could make a game, I'd make a few different games. But I think right now the one that I myself would enjoy the most would be... What the heck, man? Hold on. Let me go ahead and slap that paint job. There we go, that's better. With some of my friends we play, we do have the sails and the little ornament on the front, so when we're sailing around, we look real tough. You know, people ain't gonna mess with us. But I should have some voyages, so let me see. Let's start a voyage. It's a lonely sea out here, but I'll make it work. To vote or not to vote? A fortune robbed by the renowned, watch your back, son. That's literally what it's got. Watch your back, son. Duly noted. We are headed to Kidney Island with a couple of kidney stones. I don't actually know where the heck that is. Quest received. Yes, I know, game. Thank you. Oh, there it is. Dial in Snake Island. So we gotta take a Yui here. I've always loved pirates. For a while, I don't know if I actually ever mentioned this. One of the games I'd like to make. Honestly, it's like kind of Sea of Thieves, but like it's stuff to actually do. You know what I mean? Like I think they did a lot of solid things here and laid the groundwork. Like honestly, if this was the engine and stuff, now like just put stuff in here for people to do. Make PvP mean something. Let there be some sort of consequence to dying or surviving. Let us upgrade the ship so that it's faster, stronger. I don't know. And of course, that's all against what they were going for. You know, they wanted everyone to be on the same playing field, blah, 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 which is commendable. And again, they made the game that they wanted to make, not the game that I wanted to make. And you can't please everybody. But I do like pirates. Pirate combat, like, that's cool. I like the whole exploration. Because I've always toyed around with just the idea of a game. I like procedurally generated islands. You know, that premise. Sailing to find new random things or what have you. Oh, I forgot I can also just... Where am I going? Oh, we took way too hard of a left. My beat. Well, then we gotta go around here. The dangerous boulder, yarg. Does anyone even play Sea of Thieves anymore? Can't imagine it's the most popular. Again, the gameplay loop was really fun. For a couple hours. And then you're like, alright, I've done everything, now what? And like, I got my paint job. Alright, what else is there to grind for? Why do I need more money? You know what I mean? So that's kind of the problem this suffers from. But currently, I think the game that I would want to make is a true FPS MMO. Now, you don't have to double down on an MMO aspect, like, hardcore, you know what I'm saying? But like, I think the first company to do that and make it work wins. You know, wins. In terms of like, look at Destiny right now, right? You have Anthem coming out. You have a whole bunch of these RPG shooters. You kind of have like Borderlands. Borderlands fills a different niche though. But like, I would say Destiny's right up there kind of with like the closest thing we have. Warframe is there, but it's like third person and stuff. But like honestly, the game that Overwatch was supposed to be. Where do I sign up for that? Can I? I'll kickstart it, even though obviously they don't need the Kickstarter. But yeah, for those unaware, Overwatch was originally called Titan under Blizzard, and it was the project they were working on for. I don't have an. I'm not entirely sure how long they've been working on it, but pretty far in development. And then at some point, they're like, this isn't working or something. So they pivoted, and they took a lot of the ideas, art, characters, gameplay, and turned it into what we now know as Overwatch. So just imagine that for a second. Overwatch, but an MMO. God, I'd be so sick. Like, with the same gunplay, satisfying, like, and the art. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. I salivate even thinking about it. And then I very quickly get depressed because I realize it's not happening. And it probably never will happen. I mean, I'm hopeful that they saw how well Overwatch did in the universe, and now they're like, hey, now let's try and make it. I don't think that'll happen. But I'd like to think that it's a possibility somewhere down the line, or at least in my imagination. But yeah, that's, honestly, that's about... Really? That's not where it is? Is it like right here? Nope. Oh, what the heck? Excuse me, Snake, stop your... Oh, it's like over here. There's so many gunpowder barrels. Hey! Don't look at me like that, Snake. I'm out here doing my thing. I can't see... Oh, we got some baddies. Hold up. Get out of my face. No. Because the most fun I've had in this game did come from the... I thought I shot that gunpowder barrel, and we would have been sad. From the PvP aspects, and like the raid more specifically most of the time. Where it creates those more interesting narratives. It's not like, hey dude, just sailed to the same island I've been to 20 different times and found this treasure, it was really sick. See? Not as cool of a story. Not as cool of a story. But anyway, FPS MMO. So, the tough part is, how do you balance that? So like, is it straight up like, let's just use Overwatch as a frame of reference. So you start the game, and we'll make it real simple. Okay, let's say there's offense, defense, tank, support, right? At the core of it. If you choose offense, it's Tracer, right? If you choose defense, it's Torbjorn. I don't know. I would say though, because the interesting part too about Overwatch, what the heck is this thing doing? Is you have defense, right? It's titled as defense, but really it's just glorified offense. Like really, they're all just DPS characters. So it's hard to say what exactly. Well, you know, let's say Junkrat, whatever. Sure, he's a defensive character. I don't know. Tank would be like, yeah, like Reinhardt, and support would be like Mercy, right? They fill a lot of the. Well, I guess Soldier 76 would fill the most like iconic role as offense, but not the point. They really like Tracer. I'm pretty sure Tracer and Reinhardt were ones that were in Titan, or to some degree, and then they just, you know, combined some things and did what they had to do. So anywho, I'm grabbing these gunpowder barrels because either we blow up somebody else's ship, or we use them and just sell them for some stuff. So, in this hypothetical Titan game, you would choose offense, your Tracer. How does that work? Does that mean you inherently have a few abilities that you can unlock and swap between? So same way, it would still be like a hero shooter, right? So you would have Blink, Recall, an ult of some sort, so you would have like your Pulse Bomb, right? But is that tied to just that character? Can you swap them? How, like, to what extent can you make it hero shooter? Because like, oh, I don't need to go over there. The other aspect is like, okay, so if it's all about customizing abilities, the problem I think you see with Destiny is like, all right, how do you manage so many different guns that handle differently? And I think what you have to focus on mainly is endgame. That was the Voyage? What? That was it? And all I got with this... I think that's getting fixed in a patch, because I'm at level 30 or something with the Gold Hoarders, and That's what I get. Yeah, right. Alright, well, we gotta turn around, I guess. Oh, no, we don't. I can just do another voyage. Vote for the voyage. Where are we headed? Oh, we're headed to the Ping Pong Island. Paradise Spring. Take me down to Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. So, my point is, Destiny, you see it. A lot of different guns. And I mean, I think they do it right for the most part, right? Like, you know, white, green, blue guns, for the most part, pretty uninventive, and a lot of them are very similar and all that kind of stuff, which is fine, because you won't be spending that long on them, right? So I think you focus on the end game. Biggest part is obviously, like, if it's a shooter and I want to grind, I gotta have a reason to grind. Take the best parts of Destiny, take the best parts of Overwatch, but then add more RPG elements and some MMO, add a giant breathing life, right? So, like, actual social spaces. Now again, too, like, technology just, like, couldn't quite handle this, which is part of it. Like, there's a reason when you instance into a zone in Destiny, you can only have, like, you know, up to 9 people in the same server, whatever, you know, with all the fidelity, graphics, server processing. It can only handle so many people. But in a perfect world, it's like WoW. You know, you're walking around, you're on one big server. You go here, tons of people. You go here, tons of people. This thing's happening. Global events. Listen, man, I would just invest so heavily into an FPS MMO. And I'd really double down on the classes. If you have those 4 classes, right, you should have different branches, though. Very similar to, like, literally almost make it so that, you know, you can take this branch and it would turn you into a Soldier 76, right? You would have abilities similar to him. Or you go down this branch and you could be very Tracer-like. You go down this branch, so on and so forth. You could be a sniper. You could do this. You could do that. I think that's a big thing. It would require big groups of people, you know? If you want to raid. I would find a medium between Destiny and WoW. WoW is a bit much, but at the same time, I like the idea of having, like, big coordination, and it's like a big event, right? Instead of, you know, you're at a weekly reset, like, hey, we gotta get a raid done, guys, let's just hurry up and do this. It'd be like, guys, huddle up, right? We gotta do this, and it ain't gonna be easy. You what, mate? Oh, really? You want? Okay, fine. How about? Come on, on guard. Oh, get blocked, son. You're dead. You're done for, kid. Where is this? Wow, there's 4 of them here. Okay. What the? You just try and shoot me? You whoop me? Oh, what? Oh, gee. Ow. Ow. What am I getting shot by? There's some skeleton, like, hiding in the woods. Don't you eat that banana. Alright, where is this nerd shooting me? You over here? Is it you? Ah! What are you doing, you rascal? So that's the game that I would make. At least right now. My taste always varied, but, like, I want something that... And I think games these days are leaning more towards that. Games that you can invest in. I thought I was... Oh, I thought I had it. That was dumb of me. Where? It's like... It should be right here. I was a foot the wrong way. Are there more skeletons? No, don't dig. I have to kill these fiends. Yeah, games are skewing towards, you know, instead of, here's a game, push it out, abandon it, let's make the next one. It's like, hey, let's make a game, push it out, now let's invest in that. It's very similar to, like, live teams you see with these sorts of games. And that's, like, why I like League so much. League has its core fundamental gameplay. You know what you're getting into when you start a League game. However, if you haven't played in 2 years, you could be like, whoa, who are these 3 new champions? What is this new thing happening in this map? What items do I build now? These new masteries, what are these? Or, like, runes. They took those away, what does that mean? Like, you know, they're always adding and changing, and so they're keeping the game spicy, but at the same time, they're not, you know, I don't think there's ever going to be a League of Legends 2. See what I'm saying? I totally forgot that I uncovered this and never went back to it. So, like, I just saw the Black Ops 4 reveal. And again, I think they've been experimenting, dipping their toes with Black Ops 3, because since Black Ops 3's release, they've still been adding, which I don't like this as much, but they keep adding supply drops with new guns and stuff. But, like, at this point, someone told me, like, there are more guns locked behind supply drops now than base guns in the game. And, like, the likelihood of getting guns is what I'm told, like, it's not easy. Like, you could spend hundreds of dollars and maybe get one weapon. And then that one weapon might just be a melee weapon, right? In which case, they don't even play differently. It just looks different, which is a bit of a bummer. So I don't like that, but in that regards, they're talking about with their new one, they want to build a game that has the most longevity or, like, replayability of any Call of Duty. Or any Call of Duty of theirs, at least. And I think that is along the same lines that we're seeing in the gaming industry. Like, hey, you don't... Where am I going? Am I... Okay. Do I need to go inland more? I thought... Okay, so that's... Here's the what? Am I too far? I think I'm too far. Excuse me, tree. Alright, I think it's right here. Haha! Alright, excuse me. Oh, finally, not a poopy chest. But yeah, it's very similar to, like, World of Warcraft, right? They didn't make a new World of Warcraft. There was, like, a big texture overhaul, like a graphic update and stuff, which, like, leaked in and stuff as well. So you do that, keep up with the times. But that's what the FPS MMO would do. And I would try and find a better balance. I mean, PvP would be in it, obviously. I'm a big fan of PvP, as you might tell. Like, honestly, just imagine Overwatch gameplay. But now you're using these new guns. Like how Destiny does it. You have different guns now, and you can choose what class you're using with certain abilities and stuff. Like, it'd just be a hodgepodge. Like, I think the ideas are out there right now, for the most part, in the market. But you just gotta put them all together. Or put them all together in a way. Like, I think Destiny leans too much towards the casual. Where I think WoW is, even for me, like, daunting and for somewhat, like, too much for most people. So you want to find that perfect balance. Like what Destiny 1 did, right? Destiny 1 turned casual players into hardcore players. Whereas D2 kind of had the opposite effect. It turned hardcore players into casual players. But that's like what you have to reel them in, and then they'll be like, yeah, but, like, you know, I don't really like this or that, or, like, I don't think I could commit to that. And you're like, yeah, dude, totally. We'll just try it. And the next thing you know, they're like, wow, this is actually really fun, and I understand this, it's intuitive, and also I see where I can go, and that excites me. That's what I would want to do. But make sure in-game, end-game, end-game. Because, like, I know I might die here, and if I did, I will die. Some people are going to complain about it. Black Ops 4, they kind of, like, subtly said it. But it's not going to have a campaign. They're weaving the narrative into the other modes, which I get. Some people like single-player games. That's not the experience I would be shooting for, though. There would be narrative elements, it'd be story elements, that kind of thing. But, like, you know, how Destiny 2 has a full-fledged campaign. See, I think the problem there is you're investing resources in a progression-based game when, for the most part, people just play the campaign because they have to, or they get through it, or it's a one-time thing, right? And so, this thing you've spent this much money and time on is cool, but, you know, like, effectively, you could have put it towards more resources to keep people playing. And that's the goal I would shoot for. So, like, I actually kind of, I'm like, I respect that, Black Ops, Treyarch. I'm with you there. I know some people will be upset. And to be fair, it's because Call of Duty has had single player, so people who enjoyed that, like those, or expected it, are rightfully, you know, maybe a little bit like, well, what the heck. But as far as someone like me goes, I'm like, that's fine. The last Call of Duty multiplayer, or Call of Duty single player campaign I played through was Black Ops. It was that long ago. I haven't played since. I'm sure they're great. They are, but, like, that's not why I buy Call of Duty, right? So, again, that's just, this stupid nerd is pissing me off. Alright, we gotta head southeast for the most part. Yarg! And then our voyage will must be complete. That's the wrong way. I can't tell directions. The seas seem to be awfully empty these days. I wonder why. It does make this much easier. I don't have to worry about getting plundered consistently. But again, that also takes some of the fun away. Again, the narrative elements to Sea of Thieves come from the player interactions less so. Like, for the most part, I don't know how people can play this game solo. Like, I just don't think the solo experience is that fun. I think for a little while. But, like, my fondest memories and all the fun I have comes from playing with friends and doing stupid things. But the problem with Sea of Thieves is that's what they pushed, and it's like, haha, look at this, you can play music. You get sick of the same 3-4 songs. Haha, I can puke all over you. That gets pretty old after, you know, the first hour. And it's like, alright, now what? And it's like, I don't know, dude, we go to the same island, get another treasure chest? Well, why are we doing that? So we can buy cooler clothes? Like, yeah! So again, it's very much like Destiny 2. I don't invest time if it's usually cosmetic. I mean, if that's part of it, then I'll go after it. But if that's the sole reason to grind, no, that you lost me. I couldn't care less. Especially in like this game, right? The tools and the weapons and stuff, that makes sense. You can see that when you're using it. But like like outfits, unless I'm dancing, you know, I can't see what my character looks like. So does it really matter? Of course, it's all about how you look to other people. And again, different gamers. But that's why I'm making the game that I would want to play, not what other people would. So I'd be like, yeah, you don't want this? Screw you. This is my game. So it would be a little bit more difficult. But I'd like a competitive PvP. That would be a big focus of it. The PvE, though, would obviously have a whole bunch to it. And I would want them to intertwine. I would obviously want, like, hey, if you want to play multiplayer, play some more multiplayer. But, like, give reasons for people to play both. And reward people for that. And reward people for just playing certain things. But, like, the Redrix's Claymore in Destiny 2, where you have to hit, like, rank 3 in the competitive playlist to get this. And it's a good gun. And knowing that not everybody's going to get that is okay. In fact, I like that. I probably won't get it. And you know why? Because I'm not going to grind it. I'll see somebody that has it and be like, dang, I want that gun. And I know, okay, I would have to grind for it. And I'd have to get good for it. Or put in enough time or whatever. So, like, that's fine with me. Like, there should be things where, like, you know what? These people have it, and these people don't, and you know what? They can suck it. Like, we don't need to give everyone a participation trophy. I think it's cool when you have something that's limited like that. And that's just, I don't know. I'm going on tangents now about all sorts of different things in games. Things that I think do well and things that don't. Limited time things, such as, like, in League. I always think League does a pretty good job in, like, almost every aspect. They're like the free-to-play model that's right. Which is ironic, because I put more money into a free-to-play game than I have any other game ever. But that's the nature of it. And, don't get me wrong, I don't regret any of it. But, let's say you got this really limited skin that came out at a certain time. If they ever release it again, they're going to do so. But now, to ensure that people know that you had it before everyone else, you'll get like a special loading screen border or something like that. Or like, a thing I point to is like, you know, give it like a chroma. Which is essentially, in League terms, you know, just like a recolor, right? So, I remember somebody telling me about this like really rare mount they got in WoW. When it was really, like, super hard to get, and they got it, and they were super happy to show it off. And then they patched it, or, like, changed it a week later to make it way easier, and so many people had it now. And so they were upset because they worked really, really hard to get this thing. But now everybody has it. You know, it's like, whatever. And there wasn't any variation, so nobody could tell. Right? It wasn't the same. So that's what I would make it so... Because they mentioned, like, the mount had, like, red jewels on its armor or something. Make the jewels blue for those people that got it early, right? Or blue for the people that got it after the fact. All that kind of stuff. Reward players for doing certain things. And make players understand that if you miss out, sometimes you just miss out. And so that's a big thing. I mean, I guess this all kind of ties in with what I think Destiny should be doing. Which, in all credit, I really think Destiny is headed in the right direction. Is it too little too late? I don't know. We're definitely going to see come September. But I think they're making really good strides. And I will give them that credit. But where's my freaking Titan? Blizzard, please. Seriously. Blizzard. I'll do anything. Anything you tell me. Where, Do I need to go down further? No, this is pretty much it. Oh, it's on this side. Right here. Haha. Oh, what the fudge? Die, die, die before you even get out of the ground. Scrub. Get out my face. Got another pretty decent chest, though. See, finally. Getting some money. There's a game, I think it's by Ubisoft. Because it's kind of like in the same vein of For Honor. Pretty niche, one gameplay-centric thing, which I'm all for. But it is pirate ships, pretty sure. Like, it's all naval warfare. Oh, I'm super excited. But I really like to see those kind of stuff. And so, like, as far as, like, games I want to make, too, there's a lot of those things, like, I can't fit all things, but, like, that sounds fun to me. And honestly, I love For Honor. I really do. I love how it blends all those kind of things, because, like, literally, I'm a sucker for all of them. Wild West, feudal Japan, medieval times, pirate, like all that. Viking, as you guys know. I'm all for all of that. And then they put most of that into one game, and I'm like, this is amazing. So there's a lot of games out there that I already do genuinely like, and I think are doing stuff pretty well. But right now, I feel like FPS MMO. We're getting more battle royales and stuff, and yeah, whatever. But honestly, I think the sad thing too is I think the MMOs are dying. They're a dying breed. I swear to God, I'm like, right. Let me look here. That's that. Okay, so it's like right here. And who keeps blowing my phone up? Oh God, these skeletons won't leave me alone. But yeah, I think like WoW honestly is gonna be like the last big one. Don't really see it ever resurging. And again, I think it's just sign of the times. Wave games have evolved, and well, I don't even remember how to freaking. Oh right. Oh, yeah, screw it. So we're gonna be getting battle royales for a while. Like Black Ops 4 just announced that they had it. They didn't show a trailer, and honestly, I think that's because they've been working on the other aspects of the game for probably years. And this battle royale, I would dare to say, not even a year into development, probably. I mean, I don't know, but that's my guess, because that's kind of when, like, I imagine they're like, oh shoot, this is getting pretty big. We should probably put this in Call of Duty. So I think that's part of it. I assume they're going to show it off at E3, and we'll get to see. I mean, it sounds pretty sick. It's using like every asset, like any gun, all the maps. They're like combining it into one big thing. It sounds cool. Sounds cool. So we'll have to see. And then the Battlefield reveal is next week, which I can only assume as well we will be getting another Battle Royale announcement, but like, Battle Royale on a Frostbite engine. I'm excited for that. Unfortunately, though, most of you guys don't really like Battle Royales. They don't do too well on the channel, which is unfortunate, because, like, I guess I'm the equivalent of a basic white girl in the gaming world. I like Battle Royales. I like that flavor of the month. There's been flavor of the months I haven't been into, like zombies. I never really got into zombies. Or like zombie modes, those kind of things. Never really big on it. I like shooting other people, you know? And that's why I like Battle Royale. I don't know, there's something about it. Just something about it. But anyway, yeah. I would definitely do an FPS MMO. I would have to think of what other games I'd want to do. I've had ideas from time to time. Most of them are shooters. I'll admit. I just like shooters. What are you going to do? Unfortunately, I don't have $1 million idea. If I did, I wouldn't have the funding for it either. I'd try and convince somebody to be like, guys, I swear I have a good idea. You just gotta believe me. Just trust me. Otherwise, I don't think they'll ever be made. I did have an idea for a card game I want to do, like an online card game. Where it's not quite like Hearthstone, per se, but I thought about doing that at one point. But yeah, please comment down below what you guys want to do. Maybe I'll steal some of your ideas and meld them into some of my ideas I've had. So at the end of the day, I just want the best of the game to come out. Like Red Dead, That's, like, honestly, Red Dead as a whole, that's a game I would make. Like, if that didn't exist, I would be like, where is my open world, multiplayer, Wild West game? Oh, wait. Red Dead. Loved Redemption. I'm gonna love Red Dead 2, which is confusing because, like, it came before and I don't know. But I'm just hoping Red Dead Online isn't riddled with microtransactions and stuff. At least not at the start. Like, come on. Give me a chance. But, like, see, that's what I was wondering. So, like, GTA has a whole bunch of them, but, like, you get all these crazy cars, planes, guns. Like, what are you gonna do in Red Dead? Like, buy a new mount? You know, like, and I would have to hope it's not pay to win or anything like that. But who knows? It could be like, hey, this will go faster. But like, you get a new coach wagon or whatever. So I'm gonna be interested to see how they do it. I have no doubt they will. 100% they will. I mean, they've made so much money with GTA, and so many people are still playing that too. It's impressive. I'm just looking forward to messing around with my friends, and I can guarantee you we're going hard on that on the channel. Even if it doesn't do so well, I'm committed to. I'm running straight into that. Whatever, we're committed. It's wow. Yeah, we could not have lined it up to hit this better, even if I tried. We're just going right over it. Whoop. Excuse me, Rock. Coming through. Oh no, we're going back. We're going back. All right. It's my bad. Oh, and we are taking on water. All right. Well, let's straighten her out. I'm sure it's not that bad. Oh, look at that. Just a little scratch. Nothing we can't fix. See, I don't know. I guess I just wanted to talk about the gaming industry. And this is a real nice, chill game to do. I guess if I ever have a commentary, I'm just gonna play a little bit of Sea of Thieves. I never really have commentaries. So I don't even know if you guys care what I have to babble on about. Like, there wasn't much structure here. I just kind of talked about how I wanted to make an FPS MMO. And then things that I think some games do well and others don't do so well. And what I would take from learning from both seeing and playing said games. I'd really like Feudal Japan game. But see, like, that's almost For Honor with, like, cool melee combat. I think For Honor does 3D melee combat really well. I do. I'll give it to them. And the fact that they're still supporting it so well. You have my respects. Like, the problem with me, though, like Division. That's currently, I think, the closest thing we have to an FPS MMO. But see, it's not an FPS MMO. It's a third person. And see, I can't get attached the same way I do with third-person shooters because I'm not firing that gun. I know the stats on this gun are cool, right? But, like, it's wildly different for me to be aiming down the sight and using it first person. And, oh, fudge. There are people here. You know what? Screw it, dude. We're gonna see if these guys are friendly. I don't know. I don't have much to lose here. It's not like this money's gonna make or break it. We'll see if there are some good people in this world. In fact, I'll probably give them a treasure. Why not? Maybe I'll just give them all my treasure. I don't really know. I don't need it. Share the wealth or spread the love or whatever. Where is the love, the love, the love? What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mama. Alright, and skirt, skirt. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. We're taking on lots of water. Hold on, let me finish this. It's my bad. I just don't want this sinking in the meantime. Wow, more holes this time. Then that one, well, we like face planted into that rock and apparently won. But now, heaven forbid. Oh wow, it is filling up fast. We cool? Alright, great. Oh wait, what's wrong with your ship, buddy? Well, I guess he's out of here. What happened? Who did it? Probably just locked off or something. Scuttle the ship, you heard. Nobody's here, right? Thank you. Sell all this stuff and profit. Yeah, so, point being, like, it doesn't feel the same. I'm just never as invested. So, for me, because, like, Aiming just doesn't feel the same. Shooting. Just the whole feedback loop of third-person shooters just haven't caught me as much. Some of them do it better than others, but like Division, yeah, it was fun and stuff, but like, I'm nowhere near as connected. Like, I like to see the gun, really feel how it's different. That is one thing Destiny does really well, is the gunplay and the guns and how they, like, exotics, some of the exotics, like, that's what it should be like. But yeah, so, really, really long story short, FPS MMO. And I'm curious to see what you guys would make. I imagine a lot of your guys' too would be spends on FPS because that's a majority of my audience, I'd assume. Narrative-based games are cool, and don't get me wrong, some of my favorite games are narrative-based. Just finished God of War. The last few parts are going up on my second channel next few days, and then they'll finally be done. That, honestly, it's like in my top 5 now. It's fantastic. BioShock Infinite is probably in my top 5 as well. Another single-player narrative game. One day I should flesh out my top 5 games. Halo 3 would probably be up there. No, for sure would be up there. League of Legends as well. So that would make 4. What else? Really like Batman Arkham City. That was fantastic. Will you just sing so I can get my freaking chests? Quit being so dramatic. Maybe I can grab it right here. Here, come on. Okay. All right. Calm down. Calm down. Just. Yep. You're being real dramatic, buddy. Whoa, wait. Don't take my. What are you doing with my chests? Ah, what the fudge? I gotta swim all the way out there now? Could have just dropped it right here. See this, though? Even though I know there's, like, nothing in the water in Sea of Thieves except for a few sharks, this terrifies me. I talked about this in Subnautica. The heebie-jeebies, man. Like, straight up, I'm the guy. No, I don't want that one, right? Yep. Yeah, there we go. Like, as a kid, I would be shallow into the pool, and I can't see the wall in the deep end when I'm underwater. And I'd just panic, especially if I'm the only one in the pool at the time. I'd just freak out. So I'd be like, none of it's like, I know, like, the shark's gonna come get me. And I know that is the most irrational fear. There is not a shark in this pool, but you can't not convince me, right? Like, I'm freaking out. I gotta get out. Or like, yeah, I don't know. It's not rational thought. Like, when all that happens, it's, yeah. Trying to get over it, okay? I know. I'm just a man. But do let me know what you guys think about these just kind of like talks. I guess you guys could come up with, if you like them, with some more topics maybe you want me here to talk about. I can try and make it a little more cohesive. This one I was straight up like, kind of want to play Sea of Thieves and I kind of want to talk about this. So I just booted it up. So it's pretty rudimentary in that fact. But if you guys were like, hey, that was pretty fun, and it was pretty chill, I wouldn't mind, just listening to whatever you have to talk about sometimes. Fair play. Feel free to put down some topic ideas as well down below, and I can always talk about it. If it's certainly video game related as well, I always have plenty to talk about. Nope. Nobody asks me about all that stuff. Literally, my head's full of useless knowledge. Like, I couldn't tell you who the 3rd president was, but video games. Now we're talking. It's the only news I keep up with, too. Like, hey, did you see on the news that this, and this world affair? No. But did you see on the news that John Wick 3 is coming out next May? Pop culture is really. I'm an uncultured pig. I know. Okay. But I'm in my little bubble, and I enjoy it. I remember even back high school, college, be like, hey, do you know much about this game? And I'd be like, oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, it's like this, and this. Or my friends would be like, hey, dude, this any good? And I'm like, pass. And then they would. Fair enough. What is that out there? Did that guy have... Oh, I think he had like a cage on his boat. How much gold do we have? We have a decent amount. Yeah, I think it's just like a pig cage. Or a chicken coop thing. Can't imagine he would just... Yeah. Oh, he had 3 of them. Goodness gracious. Well, they're of no value to us, though. I'm not going to go catch anything. We're going to end that episode, video, commentary here. Interested to hear what you guys have to say about all the things I asked you questions about. I know, viewer participation required. Pass. Obviously, not everybody has to, but thought we'd have this little chit chat. And with that said, I want to thank you all very much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic day. I'll talk to you in the next one. Farewell.